Now, welcome, dear students, to the class of TIBSc in the subject of inorganic chemistry, that is CS 502. Now, today we are going to start Unit 3rd, that is Modern Theories of Coordination Compounds, Part V. This unit includes the topics the assumption of valence bond theory. Particularly, we are going to learn about the valence bond theory, a theory which is related with the bonding in the complexes. And this theory applied to the coordination number 4 and 6, that is square planar, tetrahedral and octahedral complexes. What are the geometry? What will be the magnetic properties of these complexes? Friends, this valence bond theory, VBT, put forwarded by Paulings in 1931 to explain the formation of complexes. He suggested that the complex or coordination compounds are formed by use of available bonding orbitals on the central metal atom. Hence, the bonding of orbitals available for bonding, hence the number of orbitals available for bonding, their size and charge effect determines the coordination number and configuration of the complexes. Thus, this theory mainly concerned with the electronic structure, म्हणजे electronic configurations of metal atom or ion in its ground state. Second, hybridization of available atomic orbitals on central metal ions. Third, types of bonding. Fourth, shapes of complexes or stereochemistry. And fifth, total magnetic property of the complexes. म्हणजे व्हॅलेन्स बॉन्ड थिअरीच्या काही स्टेप्स आहेत. सुरुवातीला जो कॉम्प्लेक्स असेल, कॉम्प्लेक्सचा जो सेंट्रल मेटल आयन असेल, त्याचे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिग्युरेशन, त्याला इथं आपण इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्ट्रक्चर असं म्हणतो. इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कन्फिग्युरेशन ऑफ ॲटम्स ऑर आयन इन इट्स ग्राउंड स्टेट. देन फॉर हायब्रिडायशन्स, available atomic orbitals of central metal ions. Central metal ions हा number of atomic orbital available करतो त्याच्या coordination number नुसार. Then types of bonding, sigma bonding आहे का pi bonding आहे ते पण पाहतो. Then shape of complexes or stereochemistry. Shape of the complexes, suppose there is sp3 hybridations, then we can say from these hybridations the shape will be tetrahedral. There is dsp2 hybridization, then we can say the shape of this complex is square planar. If there is d2sp3 hybridization, then we can say that the complex is, or the geometry of the complex or shape of the complex is octahedral. And from this number of paired and from the number of unpaired electron, we can determine the magnetic property of the complexes. Now, if Pauling put forwarded some assumptions of this valence bond theory. These assumptions are, first, for the formation of covalent bond with ligand orbitals, the central metal atom will make available a number of orbitals equal to its coordination number. म्हणजे सेंट्रल मेटल आयन जो असतो, the number of empty orbitals available करतो. Central metal atom will makes available number of orbitals equal to its coordination numbers. समजा कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर जर 4 असेल तर सेंट्रल मेटल आयन 4 एम्प्टी ऑर्बिटल करेल. कोऑर्डिनेशन नंबर 6 असेल सेंट्रल मेटल आयन 6 एम्प्टी ऑर्बिटल तयार करेल. Now second, the appropriate atomic orbitals of metal ion or atoms hybridize to form an equal number of new orbitals of equivalent energy and a definite geometry called hybrid orbitals. Atomic orbitals of metal ions and atomic orbitals of ligand overlap to each other, thereby hybrid orbitals are obtained. New hybrid orbitals of obtained which are of equal energy. जे hybrid orbitals असतील ते काय असतील equal energy असतील. From these hybrid orbitals or types of hybridizations we can determine the geometry or shape of the molecules. Each ligand possesses at least one sigma orbitals containing lone pair of electrons. प्रत्येक ligand, what is ligands? A ligands or species which is attached to the central metal ion by donating a lone pair of electrons. Hence, each ligand should have contains at least one sigma orbitals which contains a lone pair of electrons. The vacant or hybrid orbitals of metal atoms overlap with the field orbitals of ligand to form a coordinate covalent bonds that is known as sigma bond. This bond has considerable amount of polarity due to its mode of formation. Metal ion provide vacant orbitals for the accommodation of electrons coming from the ligands. Thereby, overlapping of metal ion and ligand orbitals takes place. Thereby, a sigma bond is formed due to coordination of electrons. Means empty orbitals of metal ion overlap with the field orbitals of ligands. Thereby, coordinate covalent bond is formed, which is known as sigma bonds. Now, next, in addition to sigma bonds, there is also possibility of formation of pi bonds. This is possible when field d orbitals of metal atoms can overlap with the empty orbitals of ligand. This is known as back bonding. जसं सिग्मा बॉन्ड मध्ये पाहिला पण एम्प्टी ऑर्बिटल मेटल आयनचे असतं आणि फिल्ड ऑर्बिटल कोणाचे असतात लिगँडचे असतात. Here, empty orbitals of metal ion overlap with the field orbitals of ligand. Thereby, sigma bond is formed. Thereby, sigma bond is formed. In another case, empty orbitals of ligands overlap with the field orbitals of metal ion. Empty orbitals of ligands overlap with the field orbitals of metal ion. Thereby, the bond formed is known as pi bond. म्हणजे ह्या पाय बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन प्रोसेसमध्ये मेटलचं field orbitals आणि empty orbital कोणाचे असतात लिगँड्स. Field orbitals of metal overlap with the empty orbitals of ligand. Thereby, the bond is formed is known as pi bonds. When there is a maximum overlapping of atomic orbitals, then strongest is the covalent bond formation. जेवढं जास्तीत जास्त ओव्हरलॅपिंग असेल ॲटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल तेवढं जास्तीत जास्त तो बॉन्ड काय असतो स्ट्रॉंग असतो. Complexes mainly depends upon the types of hybridizations of atomic orbitals on the central metal ions and its coordination number in that complexes. Hence, the following table gives the geometry, hybridizations, and involve atomic orbitals of some coordinate complexes and coordinate numbers. If we consider the hybridization sp3 or sd3, sp3 or sd3 hybridization. What will be the geometry of this hybridization? Tetrahedral geometry. जर sp3 आणि sd3 हायब्रिडायझेशन जर असेल तर जॉमेट्री काय असते? टेट्राहेड्रल्स. मग अशा हायब्रिडायझेशनमध्ये कुठले कुठले ऑर्बिटल इन्व्हॉल्व असतात? एस ऑर्बिटल, पी एक्स, पी वाय अँड पी झेड, म्हणजे 3 पी ऑर्बिटल म्हणून sp3, किंवा एस डी एक्स वाय, डी वाय झेड अँड डी झेड एक्स, हे डी ऑर्बिटल्स आहे. डी एक्स वाय, डी वाय झेड अँड डी झेड एक्स, 3 डी ऑर्बिटल आणि एक एस ऑर्बिटल, डी sd3. Okay, sd3 hybridization. The complexes are given here. Suppose dsp2 hybridization is there or sp3d hybridization is there, then the geometry of that complex will be square planars. And what are orbitals are involved in such types of hybridizations are dx square y square, ds square y square, s orbital, px and py orbitals. म्हणजे एक डी ऑर्बिटल दॅट इज डी एक्स स्क्वेअर वाय स्क्वेअर ऑर्बिटल्स, एक एस ऑर्बिटल्स आणि 2 पी ऑर्बिटल दॅट इज पी एक्स अँड पी वाय ऑर्बिटल्स. इफ these atomic orbitals take part in the bond formation, it gives square planar geometry. It gives square planar geometry, and geometry may be dsp2 or sp3d hybridizations. These are the examples of such types of geometry and hybridizations. Suppose there is d2sp3 hybridization or sp3 d2 hybridizations, d2sp3 or d2sp3 hybridization. What is d2sp3 hybridization? This is inner orbital complex, and sp3 d2 hybridization is outer d orbital complexes, because here d orbital used is inner d orbitals, and here the d orbital used is outer d orbitals. Hence it is inner d orbital and it is outer d orbital complex, or it is inner orbital complex and it is outer orbital complexes. If such types of hybridization is there, then we can say that the geometry will be octahedrons. And in such types of hybridations, the atomic orbitals involved are dx square y square dz square, dx square y square dz square, s orbital, and px, py and pz orbitals. Here it is dx square y square dz square orbitals. These are the 2 d orbitals. dx square y square is one, dz square another. These are the 2 d orbitals, one s orbitals, and there are 3 p orbitals, px, py and pz orbitals. In this way d2 sp3 hybridization takes place, and complexes are such types of FeF6, COF6, FeCN6, MnCN6, etc. The complex which does not contain unpaired electrons is called diamagnetic and is repelled by the magnetic fields, while the complex having one or more unpaired electrons is called paramagnetic and is attracted by magnetic field. If the magnetic behavior of complex is known, it is possible to predict the number of unpaired electrons, the types of hybridizations, and hence the geometry. On the other hand, if the geometry of the complex is known, then the magnetic property of the complex and the number of unpaired electrons present in the metal ion of the complex can be predicted. The magnetic moment mu of the complex containing n, that is unpaired electrons, is calculated by using the spin only formula as mu is equal to under root n into n plus 2 bm. Bm is the Bohr magnetron and mu is the magnetic moment of the complex. The unit is Bohr magnetrons. Here in this n is number of unpaired electrons. From this valence bond theory, by using valence bond theory, we can predict the magnetic moment of the complex by using this formula. If you place the number of unpaired electrons in place of this small n, from this we can predict the magnetic moments. The diamagnetic complex containing all paired electrons. The diamagnetic complex containing all paired electrons, and paramagnetic complex contain unpaired electrons. There at least one unpaired electron should be there. There may be more than one unpaired electrons in paramagnetic complex, but in diamagnetic complex all electrons are paired. If all electrons are paired, the magnetic field get repelled strongly. जर सगळे इलेक्ट्रॉन जर पेअर्ड असतील तर मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड काय असतं, रिपेल केलं जातं. इफ देर आर सम unpaired electrons in the complex, there are some unpaired electrons in the complex, then magnetic field get attracted. Magnetic field get attracted. Then we can say this complex is paramagnetic complex. We can say the complex is paramagnetic. From these unpaired electrons, we can predict the magnetic moments of the complex. Number of unpaired electrons is placed in place of small n. From this we can predict the magnetic moment of the complex. Diamagnetic complex having zero magnetic moments. Diamagnetic complex are zero magnetic moments. Now here some magnetic moments are given with the unpaired electrons. From this number of unpaired electrons, the magnetic moment, calculated magnetic moments is given. There is zero unpaired electrons, means there is no unpaired electrons. There is no unpaired electron. Then the magnetic moment of that complex will be zero. If there is one unpaired electrons in the complex, then magnetic moment of that complex will be 1.73. There are two unpaired electrons in the complex. There are two unpaired electrons in the complex. Then the magnetic moment of that complex will be 2.83. If there are three unpaired electrons in the complex, then magnetic moment of that complex will be 3.87. If there are four unpaired electrons in the complex, then the magnetic moment of that complex will be 4.90. Means if you consider this number of unpaired electrons, from this number of unpaired electrons, you consider these first digit, whole digit is same. One unpaired electrons, there is one. Two unpaired electrons, there is 2. 3 unpaired electrons, there is 3. 4 unpaired electrons, there is 4. 5 unpaired electrons, there is 5. And these points are above the 70. These points are above the 70. Now the examples of square planar and tetrahedral complexes according to valence bond theory. First, NiCl4 and NiCl4 2 minus. NiCl4 2 minus and NiCl4, this is tetracyanonickel second, this is tetrachloronickel second. The coordination number of this metal ion is 4. The coordination number of this nickel is 4 because there are 4 cyanide ligands. The coordination number of this nickel is also 4 because there are 4 chloride ligands are attached to this nickel. In NiCN4, oxidation state of this nickel is 2 plus 2. Now the electronic configuration of nickel 2 plus is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d8 and 4a0. आणि फक्त निकेलचे जर पाहिलं, निकेल 28, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3, 3d8, 4s2. This is valence electronic configuration. There is loss of these two electrons. After loss of these two electrons from this valence shell, we get 4s0. 4s2 becomes 4s0 after loss of two electrons. Hence, nickel acquire +2 charge after loss of two electrons. Nickel acquire +2 charge after loss of two electrons from their 4s orbitals. 4s2 becomes 4s0. 4s2 becomes 4s0 after loss of two electrons, and the oxidation state of this nickel is +2. Nickel has d8 electrons. When 4 cyanide ions approach to nickel second ions, pairing of electron takes place in such a way that all the 8 electrons in 3d orbitals are paired, and one empty d orbital is available for dsp2 hybridization, and NiCN42 complex ion is formed and shown here. Here what happened, this nickel, these are the box diagram of this nickel 2 plus, means this is electronic configurations which are shown in box diagrams. There are 8 electrons, 3d8, there are 8 electrons, this p orbital having 8 electrons, 4s 0, 4p also 0. What happened, this nickel makes available 4 vacant orbitals for 4 cyanides, 4 vacants for 4 cyanides. Hence, these unpaired electrons get paired here. These unpaired electrons of this nickel 2 plus get paired here. In this way, such types of configuration is obtained. One empty d orbitals, one s orbitals, and 3 p orbitals are available for bonding. Now here, the coordination number of this nickel is 4 because there are 4 cyanides. Hence, this nickel provides 4 empty orbitals for 4 cyanides. Among these 4 empty orbitals, 1d, 1s, and 2 p orbitals make available for 4 cyanide ligands. Hence, the hybridization obtained is dsp2 hybridization. What happened in these empty orbitals of this nickel? The electrons of 4 cyanides get accommodated. The electrons of 4 cyanide ion get accommodated. These are the electrons of cyanide. These are also electrons of cyanide. These are also electrons of cyanide. These are the electrons of cyanide. There are 4 cyanide ligands. Each cyanide ligand donate a pair of electrons in the vacant orbitals of nickel. Each cyanide ligands donate a pair of ligands in the vacant orbitals of nickel. Hence, what happens? The hybridization obtained is dsp2 hybridization. If such types of hybridization is there, then from this hybridization we can say that the complex is square planar, or the geometry of that complex will be square planar. Here, the dotted arrow represents the electron pair donated by cyanide. The dsp2 hybridization shows square planar structure, since in this complex complex ion, all the electrons are paired. It is diamagnetic complex. Here, if you consider these electrons, all these electrons are paired electrons. All these electrons are paired electrons. There is no unpaired electrons. All electrons are paired. Hence, this is diamagnetic complex. Other examples of square planar complexes are PDCl4 2-, PtCl4 2 minus, NiNH3 4 2 plus, CuCN4 2 minus, CuNH3 4 2 plus. These are also the square cradle complexes. For this session, it is sufficient, I think. We will see next time the next topics of the same unit. Until stay safe and healthy, use masks, sanitizers, keep social distance, take care of yourself and yours. Thanks. Goodbye, friends.